Shalom. We invite forward members of the Peskin Askovich clan to kindle our lights of Shabbat. Loretta and Bob. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us.
As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled the light, so may we in our own way become those who kindle.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives.
So as we enter the sanctuary, all the wonderful openings of the heart, may our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Amen. Thank you very much. Well, normatively, Sophia, we would do kiddush, and traditionally, we of course drink fruit of the vine as a way of expressing the blessing that we've just done. Tonight, we shall pantomime that beloved ritual as we turn to page 123 for the bracha. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu borei v'yakaveh. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu asher yishmor mitzvotav v'ratzav v'shabbat nafsho v'yahava raso v'kriya. Page 125. Where has this week vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished? Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat, abide. Help me to withdraw for a while from the flight of time contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasp of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quiet world this day. This day, Shabbat, abide. We turn to page 138 for L'chadoshi. 138. Page 140, Mi's more share. Mi's more share, the Yom HaShabbat, don't let it He's more share, the Yom HaShabbat, don't let it is a very big deal indeed. Many of you may know that one can read Torah at any age that one is capable of. But doing this prayer, leading her congregation in prayer, in the mitzvah of praying, is something only one who reaches the status of bar mitzvah may do. By the way, if you're 13 and didn't have one, you turn bar mitzvah anyway. Don't tell Sophia. I invite you to rise as our bat mitzvah leads. O God, you are as near to me as the very air we breathe, yet farther than the farthest star. We yearn to reach you. We seek the light and warmth of your presence. Though we say you are near, we are lonely and alone. Oh, let our desires be so strong that it would tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and joy of your presence. Read with me, please, page 149 at the bottom. This is the hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain of the word light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Hamarim Rabbi. Page 152. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Yirgo Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. You may be seated. Adonai In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered. At Sinai, we bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
Page 158. Page 160. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forward. Prepare us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, haporech shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, va'al Yerushalayim. The chapter is on page 100.
And
Page 164, as our Bat Mitzvah leads us in the tefillah, I invite you to rise physically or spiritually.
Eternal God, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Eloheinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Elohei Rachel, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor V'Hanarah, El Elyon, Gomer HaSadik Toshim, V'Gomer HaHol, V'Zomer HaSeah Kotrimo, U'Mevi Yulah, V'Ne'elah, V'man Shemo V'Rahava, Melech Rozer Moshiach Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magid Avraham, Ve'ezras Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, V'chayei Avraham, Ram LaMashiach, Morim atah, V'chakeh Mayim V'chesed, V'chayei Ha'or Rachamim Rabim, Somer Nofli, V'rofeh Hodi, U'matir Asuri, U'mekayem Emunato L'Shnei Ahar, V'chano Chacham V'Kurot, U'midomecha, Melet V'Nit U'mayeh, U'matzmiah Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah L'chayot Ha'po, Baruch atah Adonai, V'chayei Ha'po.
I invite you to either use the words of our prayer book or the meditations of your heart to go through, see what your mind and heart are saying. Just turn this on. And when you are done, please be seated. Page 180 will come back together, or when you're ready. Page 178. Page 362, we rise as we open our Torah scroll. 362. Ein Elohim, Adonai, V'Edim Ba'aseva, Malchutav, Ha'olamim, U'Betshatav, Ve'Odom, Ba'Hadon. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonai, Kadosh So I am a very, very blessed person because, as many of you know, this is my first year of flying solo. And there's a lot before the holidays. I'm not going to lie to you, there is a lot. Anyway, here's why I'm blessed. Besides the fact we have this amazing congregation, truly amazing, and so many people are so learned and so able to take a piece of Torah or take a Devar and run with it. There also are people who are dedicated, right? Dedicated to learning. So Beth was one of those people who said, I want to do a piece of Torah, and she worked and worked and worked, and I'm so amazed at her. And I'm just so proud. I can't stand it. So, we are going to be on page 1120 in the other book, the Sotzino Kumashi, 1120, chapter 26, verses 17 and following. How close to my Sharia.
Share
mitzvotav, mishpatav, ulishpotua v'nefua. Ma Adonai ha'ivir parpayim, le'yot lo le'am estegula, ha'asher dever la. Ulishmor kol mitzvotav. Ul titchan el al kol ha'ivir. Asher asa tilah shem baret v'liyotcha yom adash yadonai elekecha ka'asher deber. You have affirmed that Adonai is your God, that you will walk in God's ways, that you will observe God's laws and commandments and rules, and that you will obey God. And Adonai has declared on this day that you are, as God promised you, God's treasured people who shall observe all God's commandments. And that God will set you to fame and renown and glory, high above all the nations that God has made, and that you shall be, as he promised, a holy people to Adonai your God.
As the scroll is in our midst, our thoughts turn to those who are in need of the question of whether that lack of wholeness is because of spiritual or psychological or physical challenges. It makes no difference. The body of this doesn't say that we expect God to change the universe for us. We don't. We expect our love, our devotions, our caring, our reaching out to another, that can change the universe. And so, by saying this prayer, we tell people you matter. You matter to us. And that can help push you. Our congregation has been asked to pick up Aviva Lisa, Laura Keena Aronson, Harvey Vogler, Joan Ransby, David Burchett, Vegas Sora Mahaya, Felicia Dunnigan, Jonah Enbar, Doreen Evans, Eslin Garb, Phyllis Goldblatt, Don Randolph, Wayne Hansen, Mimi Harris, Kyler Healy, Leah Jones, Harold Katz, Jeffrey Krause, Celinda Levine, Doris Louis, Roy Lloyd, Miriam Lyon, Gerald Marks, Jimmy Miller, Sharon Montesi Garskon, Nikki Moulton, Moshe Nakala, Irene Overstack, Amber Roy, Mark Coleman, Gary Priest, Rodney Qualls, Rich Reisman, David Rosenthal, Arthur Russo, Alan Sager, Casey Siego, Sandy Simonson, Kristen Rouse Skinner, Tolly Stein, Andre Watson, Virginia Wharton, and Harry, are there any names on YouTube?
Yes, there are some names. Mary Apkos, Kay Arkin, Kate Brissett, Becky Hanscom, Ruth Needleman.
Thank you. I would invite you, at the count of 3, if you would offer up your own names together in a beautiful cacophony. 1, 2. We continue together. I invite you to rise and place your scroll back into the ark.
Oh, Lord, my parents, they shall mighty.
You may be seated. I'd like to invite forward past president, amazing human, and very dear friend, Margie Durham.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
I have to say this is my first time back in the sanctuary. A year and a half, and it feels marvelous. Bethann Yeshua. So this week's Torah portion is called Ki Tavo, meaning when you enter. And it's concerned mostly with the Israelites' entrance to the Promised Land. The parsha comes with lots of instructions. The Israelites are instructed to express their gratitude to God upon entering the Promised Land for the bountiful harvest and freedom from slavery by tithing 10% of their crops for the Levite, the stranger, the orphan, and the widow. The people are told to display on large stones God's commandments for all to see. And the Levites are to proclaim curses on those who violate God's commandments. The Israelites are also told that if they obey God's mitzvot faithfully, they will receive every blessing available. They are also told that if they do not fulfill the will of God, many curses will descend upon them. Finally, we have Moses' final speech, where he reminds the Israelites of the miracles they witnessed in the wilderness and commands them to observe the terms of the covenant so that they may succeed in all they undertake. Here, the Israelites stand on the brink of something new and wonderful. There's great anticipation of freedom from suffering and assurances of safety and security. All they have to do is follow the commandments. They need to fulfill their our covenant with God, which includes caring for others in their community. The stakes are really high. You're either blessed as a nation, or the future of the community is cursed. I admit to struggling with the parasha, finding it difficult to find a contemporary connection for myself to talk about today. The list of blessings and curses are long, and the warnings from Moses at this point in the story somehow seem to lack a punch for me. They kind of fell flat. But while exercising one morning this week with my daughter Claire, I gave her a brief summary of the parsha and groaned. She shook her head and said, "Mom, this sounds just like what we're going through with the COVID pandemic." And it hit me, she was spot on. We, individuals, families, communities, spent 16 months waiting to arrive in the promised land. The time and place when we could return to normal and go about our lives feeling safe. The development of the vaccines gave us hope that we were getting close. We were all getting pretty tired of eating manna outside in the desert and believed that soon we'd be eating again in one of our favorite restaurants that we've been missing so much. In June, I even took a vacation to the airplane, and for the first time in more than a year, I was outside with crowds. Though I spent most of it outside, we did venture inside to restaurants a couple times, and a nearly empty movie theater that had signs on the doors that said masks required. We believed we were about to cross the threshold into the promised land, and that the journey was nearly coming to an end. But it didn't happen. We're not there. Infections are once again on the rise. Hospitals in the South are running out of ICU beds. Weddings and travel plans once again are being canceled. What is it going to take to get us those last few miles? It's simple. We need to uphold our covenant with God by upholding our responsibility to one another. The Talmud, in discussing the domino effect of sin, concludes with the Aramaic phrase, Kol Yisrael Aravim Zeh Bazeh, meaning all of Israel are responsible for each other. This phrase is the basis of the notion of communal responsibility in Jewish. If one Jew sees another Jew on the verge of sinning, he has the obligation to step in and help. But even more so, it implies an obligation on all Jews, on all people, to ensure that others have their basic needs, food, clothing, and shelter taken care of. Simply by virtue of being a Jew, I'll say by being a human, we are responsible for the well-being of others and vice versa. So, to enter the promised land, we need everyone who can do so safely, to be vaccinated. We need to continue wearing masks to protect ourselves and others, especially those who can't be vaccinated because they're too young or immunocompromised. I would suggest this also means we need to support efforts at getting vaccines distributed across the world so that all communities can share in this protection. For example, organizations like UNICEF and their partners are delivering life-saving vaccines around the globe. Our community, our nation, our world has been cursed by this pandemic. The choices of individuals to care for and protect one another will lead us out of this wilderness. I pray that it takes us less than 40 years to learn these lessons again, and that together we will cross into the promised land, take off our masks, and hug each other tightly. Shabbat Shalom. Amen.
Mark, I can't believe that that's our Claire. She's all grown up. Sophia, don't let that happen to you. Where are you? She was my student one time too, and now look at her. I started very young, very young. Thank you, Marlene. You are wonderful. Sophia, I'm going to ask you to come up and close our service out by leading us in our way. Page 586. 586. We invite you to rise physically or spiritually. I invite you to be seated. Page 592. When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved. And if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands and letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die. People do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. Congregation remembers Maurice Archer, Rosalie Askovich, Lester Fowler, Joseph Ernst, Jesse Clark, Maurice Blueston, Lillian Ballmer, Hattie Ballmer, Howard Berman, Rosalind Dunbeck, Wolf Ehrlich, Alfred Friedman, Elmer Friedman, Benjamin Gelford, Rosalind Goodman, Peter Gutman, Rose K. Gutman, Ezra Stanton Courage, Marguerite Carter, Jenny Carter, Rose Krause, Sidney Lemon, Isabella Louis, Stephen Marks, Edith Moskowitz, Lenore Peskin, James Rappaport, James Rappaport, Harry Rosenfeld, Annie Sangerman, Dora Schulman, Victor Solomon, Sophie R. Stickman, Alan Tellisman, G.E. Andre Torn, Anna A. Weinstein, Reverend A. Peter Whitman, Dinah Giddle Weiss, William H. Youngerman, and in recent days, Dr. J. Rosenberg, Rabbi Richard Bush, and Officer Ella French. Harry, are there other names?
I don't believe I see any at the moment.
Any other names we should remember for one? I invite those in mourning and those who wish to rise for the words of Kaddish Yachim. Yitkadal, Yitkadash, Shnei Rabba, Be'alma, Yibrach, Yutei, Yamnif, Malutei, B'chayim, Uvyomach, Uvchayim, B'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, Uvizman Gori, Imru, Amen. Yehei Shnei Rabba, Le'olam Wa'mei Amayim, Yitbarach, Yishtabach, V'yamar, V'yishruham, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalam, Shnei Yirusha, Rihu, Le'elam, Yimkom Yirchata, V'shirata, Tushvahata, V'nechmata, Da'amiram, V'yamah, V'yimaru, Amen. Yehei Shlam, Rabba V'yishumayim, V'chayim, Alim, V'akol Yisrael, V'yimaru, Amen. Oseh Shalom Yirmah, Uya Oseh Shalom, Aleinu Ya'akol Yisrael, V'yimaru, Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all of you bereaved among us, and let us all say, Amen. You may be seated. Our closing song.
Well, I had a small discussion with Nathan, and we decided on page 647, an Oseh Shalom that is unique to Emmanuel. And of course, Nathan and Sophie know well. Lily, you want to come too? Kids were in my junior choir, so we can all do this.
Jake, you want to come here? All right. Never mind.
Am I forgetting someone?
No. Many thanks this evening to Beth Ann Rogalski, to Marlene Dodenville, and to the Askevich clan. Thank you for sharing your amazing children with us. I wish you all a Sabbath of great peace. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.